and welcome back to Budget RC Cars. Today we're going to do some cooking.
And for this you will need one hob, a saucepan, one lid, rubber gloves, goggles, a timer and obviously your tyre. So to start with, plug in your hob. You want a medium heat, so I'm going to use setting 4 on here. So put your saucepan on the hob and use boiling water from a kettle. Fill it about halfway and put the lid on your saucepan. Now the ideal temperature for this really is so that the water wants to be boiling, but it doesn't want to be boiling over and pushing the lid off. So you need to have it just between, say, simmering and boiling.
Difficult to make out, but you can just about see that water is now boiling, but it's not pushing the lid off.
So now we can put the tyre in. When you put the tyre in, don't squeeze it, don't do anything, just literally just pop it in. You don't have to submerge it, and then we just need to wait for it to start boiling again because it's gone off the boil, and then we'll start a timer for 7.5 minutes. Right, it's now just starting to boil.
What you may or may not have noticed is the difference to a lot of YouTube videos that I'm doing in this one is actually I'm putting a lid on my saucepan. Not many people do that, and I think that's actually crucial in actually making this work. Also, when you don't use a lid, people have spent about an hour boiling a tyre, which is completely unnecessary and uses a lot of electricity. It's probably going to cost you money at the end of the day. Also, another thing I wouldn't use is like a gas camping stove. I did try that. Trouble is, your little canisters lose pressure over time. So you start off and you're getting the temperature you want, but after about 10 or 15 minutes the pressure seems to drop on the little canister. So I don't really recommend those, but use your gas stove in the house, that'll be fine.
So now we can turn the tyre over. And start the timer again for 7.5 minutes.
While that's doing its thing, we're going to talk about other methods that you could try and remove your tyres. A lot of people on the internet have tried freezing. I tried freezing, didn't work. My freezer only goes down to -15. Perhaps that's a problem. People use acetone. They put it in a bucket, put the tyre in, put a lid on the top, leave it for I don't know how long actually, probably 6 hours, maybe a day, maybe 2 hours, I don't really know. I haven't tried this method, but a lot of people have a lot of success with this. Then there's also the oven. I have tried the oven method, but it didn't work for me. Perhaps I didn't go hot enough, but it stunk out the kitchen. I wasn't really a happy person, so I gave up on using the oven. But some people have used it and it's worked.
Okay, so it's time to try and take the tyre off the rim now. Remember, safety first. Right, you can hear it starting to crack a little bit. So we've got most of it off this side, just sort of round here, about 3/4. There's still some stuck on there, and the other side it's about the same really. We've got a bit sticking on there still, a bit more around here. So we'll probably have to give it like another, I don't know, probably another 7.5 minutes each side again, I suppose. Right, so it's now started boiling again.
Perhaps it's a little bit excessive doing this again for another 15 minutes, but you know, I want to try and get it done right for this video. But if I was perhaps doing it just on my own without recording this, I might only just do it for 5 minutes each side, or perhaps do it for 5 minutes one side, just try and crack that side off, and then do it again for 5 minutes on the other side. Because then you might find that the other side might come off as well at the same time. Really the best way to do this is to try and do it for enough time the first time, because when you try and crack it off and it doesn't all come off and you want to boil it again, that's when your foams can get wet. But if you can do it all in one go, say boil it for 20 minutes, 10 minutes each side, and you can crack it all off in one go, usually your foams will come out without getting wet.
Okay, so now we can turn it over again. As it's boiling again, I've started the timer.
So something else you can do when you've taken the tyres actually off the rims, if you're not going to use the tyres because you haven't got rims to put them on or whatever, coat them in like tyre dressing, which you'd use for a motor car. So I use High Style, which is by Autosmart, but you can use anything, any other tyre dressing. You can even use, like say, Back to Black, which you normally spray on the bumpers of your car. You can spray that on the tyres. And also, if you put the tyres on new rims, you can dress them after you've put them on. So wait for the glue to set, on your new rims and dress the tyres. So it just gives the rubber a bit of something to soak into. If you've got more rims you actually need to remove the tyres from, you can actually do obviously 4 tyres in one go. You just need obviously a bigger saucepan, obviously a lid to match it, and the process is exactly the same. If anyone has a better method of doing this, you're more than welcome to put a comment down below, and also perhaps you use the acetone method and you can tell me how long it actually takes to remove the tyre off a rim using the acetone. Again, put the comments down below. Okay, so we're now ready to try and remove these tyres again. Safety first. Yeah, it seems to be coming off not too badly this time. Oh, we've got a little stubborn bit there. Right, let's just see what happens on the other side. And try not to pull too hard because I don't want to actually rip the tyre. Yep, so it's all off that side. It's just the other side now. Yep, brilliant. Got it all off. So there's the rim. Unfortunately, my battery just went flat. And then we got the foam. Here comes the foam. And the tyre. Unfortunately, the foam is wet. I'll show you the rim. Hopefully you can see that. It's quite clean. There's probably a little bit of residue of either super glue or a bit of rubber maybe on that bit there of the rim. But that's quite clean. And then the tyre's good, it's got no damage on it. And that's ready to use again. Anyway, comments down below if you think I'm mad and this is the wrong way of doing it, but there you go. This is just the way I've found which works. Excellent. Thanks a lot and thanks for watching. If you've done a video which is better than this one, or you think it's better than this one, you're more than welcome to put it down in the comments, and if I watch it and I think it's better, then I'll put it in the description along with this video.